I've got a very nice computer technician here that's going to help me through this. Okay, I'm Susie Nyman, and I'm curriculum manager at the Sixth Form College Farnborough for Health and Social Care, and I've been there, this is my 22nd year at college, and they've really looked after me, and this is really a celebration of how college have looked after me with my keratoconus. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my diagnosis, the story of what's happened, and the strategies that I've used at college in the future. Okay, I was first diagnosed in 1998 in A&E, and I remember sitting in A&E in front of one of those Snellen charts, and the doctor asked me to read it, and obviously I couldn't. And she told me then that I had keratoconus, and I wrote it down on my checkbook and went home and immediately got on the internet to try and find out what it was all about. For you, 1998 was when apparently there was a World Cup in France. The Queen was still in power. Let me just go back. Where's this chap called President Clinton? Well, there's someone else called Clinton in the running now. Sounds like you're going to get buy one, get one free there. Then we've got Boris. There was a video about Babe, Pokemon, and the Spice Girls. They were in fashion. And the old Tony Blair. Here we go. So sit back and relax for the next bit, I think, because this, if you press the arrow, is the story with music. Okay, this probably is the most important slide for everybody, and it's the strategies that we used in college in order to enable me to do my job. The college actually spent about £45,000 on equipment, training, in order to keep me in my job. First of all, what I did was I raised awareness about keratoconus using information from the keratoconus group. I informed the staff and my students. It's really important for people around you to understand when the students say, I've got my hand up and you're ignoring me, you have to tell them why you're ignoring them. And they say to you, well, don't you know I'm in the room? And I say, well, you know, I've got 20 Nepalese students in here and they're all got their back to me with long black hair. I haven't a clue which one you are. I'm really sorry. I converted from full-time to part-time because, as you all know, you get really tired, and looking and using the computer all day, it's really tiring. And so having some rest time, being able to go out and walk the dog, get some fresh air is really important to rest your eyes. So the college looked at my timetable and tried to sort of make it easy for me. So at the moment, I go in Monday morning, I go in Tuesday morning, and then I go home. I'm in Wednesday afternoon, etc. Thursday I'm in all day. So it's not really jam-packed and full-time. It gives me time to rest my eyes. Okay. One thing that's really difficult is actually visiting speakers, and I always panic when a visiting speaker comes in. They say, oh, the staff have got to come and listen to a talk, and I've got to be at the front and listen to them, and they give you a handout and you can't read it. So for me, it was really important to find out maybe the week before who's coming for the talk, and then say, can I have the slides a week before? And they're quite good about that, giving you that. And I've done that all over the country whenever I've been to any conferences anywhere, and they always provide them for you, which is really useful. What's really important for all of us is the correct font. And I know RNIB always talk about Arial and size 18. I've used yellow on black because that's really good contrasting colours, and Access to Work actually checked my colours and found that I could see best with yellow on black. Okay? Someone in the audience early asked about colours, and I've actually taken 100 students and altered the background of their computer screens, and they've found exactly the best colour that they can work with. And quite often, particularly dyslexic students, they have a particular colour that is good for them, and if they find it could be green or pink, their behaviour gets better because the words stop moving around the page and they can concentrate better. So that's really useful. What I do is I get up really early. I actually get up at 5. I know most people think that's absolutely horrendous, but I get up with the birds because your eyes are better, and so I do work early in the morning. I can't actually read the slide, to be honest. That's one to stand up there. Healthy eating is really, really important. It's really important to eat healthily and drink a lot of water, rehydrate your eyes. Ensure you have breaks and you get away from the computer. And a lot of us nowadays are working at the computer. It's really important to take breaks. Use my assistive technology, okay? So I've got special equipment. I've got a special keyboard. I'll show you that in a few minutes. I've got a special keyboard that I use, and I've got JAWS that talks to me, and I've got a really big computer screen. And I was talking to one of our speakers at lunchtime, and she was telling about her assistive technology as well. And one thing I do notice is body language. I can tell that principal is walking down the corridor like this because he walks like that. I can tell the deputy head because he slouches like this. And I can tell who the swimmers are in the pool in the morning only by their trunks. I haven't a clue who they are. And the problem is they see you in John Lewis, not that I go in that shop very often, and they say, "Hello, Susie," and I'm going, "Hello, I didn't recognise you with your clothes on, I'm terribly sorry." But that joke happens all the time. And what I do is I use a variety of teaching and learning methods. I try not to read all the time, and so I use balloons for doing the digestive system. I use Play-Doh modelling, and the students really like it because they get death by PowerPoint all the time, to be honest. And ask for assistance. If you can't do something, say, "Oh, could you just help me read those numbers for a few minutes?" And people are normally quite good about that. And use a Beryl handwriting pen. They're really thick, and it's much, much thicker, and so it's easier to read. Don't use a biro, use a thick felt tip pen. It's much, much easier to read and makes life a lot better. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next slide now, hopefully. This is a quick college video here, just so you can see what it's like at college, and then I can sort of talk through various things that we've done.
The sixth form college is definitely a step up from secondary school, but that's not a bad thing. It means that you're treated more as an adult and you're treated more as an individual, and it also has quite a campus feel to it, which is really good for preparing you for further education.
What makes Farnborough Sixth Form stand out, I think, is remarkable students. Lots and lots of remarkable students from all over the community. That plus incredibly talented staff.
I think what makes Farnborough stand out from other sixth form colleges is the facilities we have on offer. So we have a gym that's available for students to use whenever. We have football pitches, hockey pitches, just a lot of state-of-the-art equipment. And we also offer a lot of trips around the world. So for example, you can go to Los Angeles with film and media. There's a Ghana link with the charities that Farnborough helps out with. There's just a lot to offer.
Originally I was going to go to Farnborough because I had had a lot of good feedback about it, and I visited on open day and I found it to be a really vibrant environment because you want to go to a college which has a space where you can learn and a space where you can socialise, and I think Farnborough caters to both of those perfectly.
There are a large number of extracurricular activities in the college, and they run from student-led groups at lunchtime, so that's the Law Society, the Medical Society, the Debating Society, the Christian Union, but there are also enrichment activities that are run by staff here. So those include all the sports that we run here, all the music, the dance company, the drama enrichment, and students can volunteer to be involved in those things. But also alongside those, what we might call organised enrichment activities, we also have the volunteering, which I regard as an enrichment activity because it does enrich the lives of those who do it, but also those who receive the volunteering at the other end.
The one-to-one support at Farnborough is fantastic. Your tutor, you receive many one-to-ones with them. They will ask you about your subjects, just keep you updated on how you can progress your learning and how you can strengthen the areas that you may find most challenging.
It's enough for you to get the one-to-one support from the teacher if needed, and for everyone's voices to be heard, but it's still big enough to have a debate or have different views and opinions on what's going on in the lesson.
I think the work ethic is really good here. You've got an environment of like really strong people around you, and the teachers are really supportive. Everyone wants to achieve, and you feel really independent when you're working here.
The college motto is learn, enjoy, achieve, and I think that just sums up everything we're trying to do in the college, because obviously you come here to learn and you want to achieve because you want to go and do great things in the world. But while you're here, you want to be happy. Who doesn't want to be happy? And it's my personal belief that if you're happy in what you're doing, you're going to do better at it. What other motto for any college in the country could there be except learn, enjoy what you're doing, and achieve?
Thanks. So I just wanted to say from the video, the principal in the video was Simon Jarvis, and he's the one that came to me and he said, Susie, I know you're struggling with what you're doing, and he just said to me, how can I help you? I'll give you the weekend, find some stuff out and come and see me on Monday morning. What can I do? And he actually said to me, there's a blank check. I'll pay for anything as long as I can keep you in here doing the job, because he really appreciated what I do for the college. And they support you in the college, but not everywhere does. And I understand that, okay? And that's why I've stayed there such a long time. They've got ready the equipment for me. They support you on a daily basis, and they're absolutely fantastic. Now, my son actually wrote an essay which I sent to Anne. I don't know where Anne is. And this was about he being my eyes since he was a young child, right up until I had my corneal graft. And what I tried to do in this presentation was just sort of give you a quick flavour of what it's like, but also to let you listen to what it's like in the eyes of the child who's in a way caring for someone in the family with keratoconus. Now, I'm aware that the sound isn't that good in here on this particular one, so if you want to, just shut your eyes, because this is a point where you don't have to actually look at the screen. Shut your eyes and listen, and he's found some music that he actually sang in the choir, but there's a bit of saxophone over the top as well. So just listen carefully, shut your eyes, and enjoy this bit. Okay.
Do you ever wake up in the morning smiling, celebrating that you can see? My mum does every day because it is the best thing that has ever happened to her and her whole family. At the busy start of term in September 2008, my friends were asking me where I had travelled in my summer holidays. Many had gone abroad to exciting European destinations, or even far away to Barbados or Australia. Nevertheless, others had stayed in holiday cottages in the beautiful UK destinations, for instance Scotland or Cornwall. When my friends asked me where I had travelled, I said I stayed at home, and my mum was given the gift of sight. Mum always had difficulty with her sight as long as I remember. As a baby, I used to go to church with her in my pram. On Thursday nights we went to choir practice together. She played the organ using large printed music and practiced the hymns ready for Sunday Mass, and I would go with my tambourine. As soon as I could talk, I would read out the hidden numbers for her to find. I would be her eyes. At the weekends, we went shopping together. Mum used the shopping list, and whilst sitting in the trolley, I pointed out where everything was. My favourite thing to do was go and weigh the fruit, and there would be a magical appearance of the label after it came out the machine. This was very enjoyable as we were doing the shopping together whilst having fun. If one of your 5 senses is not so good, the other 4 work better. Even though Mum cannot see who she is talking to, she can precisely pinpoint their voice or body language to see who it is. She notices me and my friends walking or running on the rugby field, As a goalie playing football, she always knew it's me by the way I dive and soar through the air trying to catch the ball. In cricket, I'm normally the only left-handed bowler on the team, and that's how she recognises me. And I feel so proud for her to see me catch a ball and get a wicket. In July 2008, when I was 7, Mum luckily had a corneal graft. This was a life-changing experience not only for her but for the whole family. Since then, family life and my own responsibilities have changed for the better. I no longer have to go through doors as the frame edges are clearer now. She feels more confident driving because the bright dazzling halos from car lights are much smaller. During Mass, she sees the priest at the front rather than him being overclouded by halos from the candles. And so I don't have to tell her what is going on during the service. She can read price tags, books and music, paints pictures and sees individual leaves on trees when originally appeared as fuzzy brown and giant green lollipops. Overnight following the operation, she suddenly saw my photograph on the wall, which she had not seen for a very long time. She now reads road signs and train signs, and after being her eyes for so long, I don't have to be them anymore, which is a relief. This has affected all our family, because we can now join in activities we can never do before, such as going to the theatre, cinema, and she can see me at music competitions or performances. Despite this, we would like to thank the surgeon as well as the donor and their family. Their wonderful gift that was given to Mum, which gave her sight and transformed not only our family's lives but thousands of students that she has taught in the last few years.
Okay, I know it was difficult to hear, but there's some really important key messages, especially if you've got children and you're the parent. So they might be reading road signs for you, they might be helping you with the shopping, playing the organ. I had to have the music enlarged really, really big. And the last time I did play my trumpet in public was midnight mass, but I have to blow the music up really big. I take the music and it's blown up to A3, especially at midnight because your eyes are getting really tired late at night. So I can read it, so you still can do things as long as you enlarge it big enough so you can see it. My corneal graft was, as Benjamin said, in 2008, and Miss Vicker did an absolutely fantastic job for me when she did that. And I've been able to see a lot better since, which is absolutely fantastic. So the future, really, hang on. I'm going backwards, am I? The next one. The future. Now, I wanted to show you here, look, that's my equipment that I have in my classroom at the front of the class. So I've got a CCTV on the left, so if I want to read a textbook, this is quite old-fashioned technology now. Oh, hello. If I want to read the textbook, then I put it on there and it goes onto my computer screen. Underneath that, you can see a little keyboard with bright yellow letters about that big. And that was a kid glove keyboard. But when I showed the video from the college, that is not just in my classroom, but it's in every single IT centre, so that if I want to work somewhere, I can go and use that in order to be able to work, which is absolutely brilliant. And the various photos there, it's moved, hasn't it? Yeah, yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, just put it back on the last slide. So various photos there with my students doing different activities. And then the last slide I've got, I just wanted to thank loads and loads of people. I mean, the most important person probably is Anne, because she helped me 1998. I don't even know where she is. Where's Anne? Oh, there you are. Sorry, she's waving. So Anne, thanking Anne, you know, for helping me, and sent Ken there. I've got him on my list as well. And Miss Vicker, and all your family and friends. There's some photos of the things that I've done at college. I've been to UCAS, staff training, various bits and pieces. My health and social care team, OCR, the example I work with, going swimming with my friends first thing in the morning and having a chat. Berkshire Cycles, because I cycle to college in the morning. So I hope that was useful to you, and thank you very much for listening. I think we're going to do questions at the end. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, Susie.